Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Melanie Loves Death Metal. I've got another Death Metal Tape Tuesday finally. Finally got some tapes in that I've been waiting on a little while for, so I figured I'll show them off today, and some really, really good death metal that I want to show off. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start off by moving my phone so it doesn't just buzz in the microphone. I'm going to start off by showing you my latest pickup from Corpse Crystal. Yes, I bought this. It was not sent to me for free. Had to snag it as soon as it went up, and I realized that there was still some available. I for sure thought it was going to sell out, and I wasn't going to be able to get one of these, and I completely forgot that it was being released this day. So it was a couple weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago. Anyway, this is probably like the fourth now copy that I have of this album in my collection. So I think I'm going to start giving out some of these to a couple friends and stuff that still may need them. But this is Devourment's Molesting the Decapitated. Nice little great album cover there that everybody's familiar with. So Corpse Crystal repressed this on this very fancy glitter tape, and it was too hard to pass up. Admittedly, saw that there were still some available on Instagram, and so I just quickly snagged it. So yeah, I don't know, it was just an impulse buy. Again, I thought the repressing was cool looking. I have, I think I have a red copy now. I have two other copies, which I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna start messaging some people and be like, hey, do you want one of these? Because I now have three. So here's the J card. It was out of 138. I got number 113. And these are now sold out. So if you go onto Corpse Crystal's website, they're not there. But I'm sure some jack off will probably resell them on Discogs for twice the cost of what it was, which was $9. So a nice red Melrico case right there. So yep, don't need to really talk about this one or go into any explanation. Everybody knows that album. Everybody knows about that album, and yeah. So next up is a new album that just came out about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, on Profound Lore. This is maybe their last album, at least with this current singer. I don't know if they're going to be continuing on after this. I don't know. I haven't really been following like the huge update, but I just know that this is their current singer on this album is no longer going to be making music with this band anymore afterwards. So this is the new Artificial Brain. Again, this just came out, so it's brand new. There are vinyl that are still available in Profound Lore, but it's just the black copy. So if you're wanting a color copy, good luck, because it's sold out, but I'm pretty sure they still have black copies available, I think. Don't hold me to that. But there's also a CD, and there's also the tape. So I snagged the tape because I have their two other albums already on tape, that Dissonant Tapes repressed, or no, not Dissonant Tapes. That's where I bought them from. I don't remember who repressed it. I don't feel like getting up to dig it out and look. But anyway, this is their third full length. Their lead singer, from what I understand, is no longer going to be in the band or is not going to be touring with them or anything like that. I don't know for sure. I don't remember the whole situation, but he is also in Afterbirth. That band is incredible. So this is some very intricate, technical, progressive death metal, to say the least. And I really did enjoy their last two albums. This one hasn't quite clicked with me yet, and I think that that's because of maybe the mood that I've been in lately, which is mostly listening to like the hardcore, metallic hardcore, and like bands like Undeath and the newer old school death metal bands, and then a ton of black metal. I'm listening to a ton of black metal. So I don't know, maybe it just hasn't clicked with me yet. I haven't gotten there in terms of how I feel about the album. I have no opinion at the matter yet, because I haven't even made it completely full all the way through. It is on this green tape with a sticker, which is the binary code. It says Artificial Brain and it's binary code in there. Just same on both sides. And then the album cover, it looks exactly like the other album covers that they have. And this incredibly huge J card with lyrics, but the lyrics are so crammed together that they're just basically impossible to read. I mean, I've got some shitty eyes, as you can tell, because I wear glasses, so reading this is pretty awful. But whatever. you can get lyrics online if it's really that big of a deal, or I could just find the vinyl, because I'm sure they're easy to read on the vinyl copy. So I've only made it through the A side of this album, and it was pretty much just lost with me at the time of listening to it. I popped it on while I was packing orders for my distro, which, by the way, small little plug, I'm putting a ton of vinyl up for sale today. I did yesterday too. It's going to be about 80 new vinyl titles. I bought a huge collection recently that I finally received and finally went through and graded and did all that, and taking the pictures and adding the posts just takes forever. I am only one person. I don't have any help with this. And then I'm also getting rid of a lot of the vinyl that I have that are just duplicates, or that I own on tape and CD, and I'm fine with just owning it on tape and CD and stuff like that too. So a lot of great stuff. A lot of it sold yesterday, but there's still a ton of it available. So if you're looking for 20 buck spin titles, they're there, like the Cerebral Rots, the Vastums, stuff like that. Anyway, I was packing orders and I put this on last week when I got it, and I just didn't pay attention. It just wasn't grabbing my attention. Like a lot of times when I'm listening to music and doing things, like I'll, bop around and sing the songs and whatever else. And for this one, I just wasn't feeling it at the time. It's a very intricate, technical death metal band. There's a lot of stuff going on. You have to really immerse yourself, and it's almost like an exhausting experience if you're just not in the mood. So it's like noodle soup, basically, what it does to your brain when you listen to their music. And I just have to be in the mood for it. So no opinions on the album yet. I know a lot of people think it's fantastic and they really enjoy it. I just need to be in a better mindset for it. So once I am, I'll probably talk more about it in another video. I'll probably end up loving it, and I don't know, or if I get another format of it or something like that. But I did really love their other albums. Thought they were really good. I still listen to them quite a bit. But right now, just that technical death metal noodle soup, just not really feeling it right now. So I'm not going to say whether or not I like the album or not. Just no point. So next up is a new band that I'm not too familiar with. They're on Creator Destructor Records. I popped over there because I wanted to snag a vinyl that they've recently repressed, and I saw that this was up for pre-order, and the album cover caught me. It looked like Death Grind, like exhumed, and that's exactly what it is. It's Death Grind. It's really, really good Death Grind. Band out of the Bay Area, I believe, and I think might be their first or their second full. I can't remember right now off the top of my head. I don't feel like looking it up. But this is Cartilage with their newest release that just came out. It's brand new. It is called Better, what is it called again? The Deader the Better. So it's on a trans red tape, and this is the first Creator Destructor tape I've ever bought. I didn't realize that they did tapes. They're most notably known for having Tsunami and Gulch and those types of bands, Scalp, on their label. So it's a lot of the hardcore, metallic hardcore Bay Area scene. But they've got this Death Grind band on here now. There are vinyls available, but I went with the tape because, again, I didn't know that they pressed tapes, and it's really nice quality, so I snagged it, and it finally came. And this is a really fun album. It's really good. If you're into Death Grind, you'll really enjoy this. It's got, the hint of the death metal in there as well. It's not super grindy, but it's definitely really, really good. And check it out. Again, I'm not too familiar with their other music that they have out. This is the first time I've ever heard them, but that album cover is what sold me. Again, it just reminded me a little bit of Exhumed, even the logo did. So I was like, well, I'm going to check this out. I listened to it, and I ordered it, and it came, and it's good. This is probably going to be one of my favorite releases to come out this year. So Creator Destructor Records, again, I know them mostly for releasing that album by Scalp, and then Gulch, and then Tsunami, and Cruelty. They put out a Cruelty record last year, I think, which I need to get that, now that I think about it. So yeah, Cartilage, good stuff. Check this out. New bands. Love when I find new bands to add into my collection. So speaking of Cruelty, they released a split with Terminal Nation on 20 bucks spin. This just randomly dropped like a week or two ago out of the blue at midnight. One night I was just up on my phone, still awake, scrolling, doing the endless scroll of Twitter and Instagram, and I saw 20 bucks, was like, hey, we're dropping something at midnight, and I was like, Interesting. You don't usually do that. Was it midnight or was it saying that we're going to drop this at 11 a.m. the next day? I don't remember. It might not have been midnight. I might be confusing it with Closed Casket. Anyway, this was just randomly announced this day and saying, hey, they're shipping now. So Terminal Nation is a hardcore band, I guess, with some death metal influences in there, here and there, but mostly hardcore. I guess is what you would classify them as. Cruelty, same thing. Terminal Nation's from the US, Cruelty is from Japan. I think they're hardcore. I don't know. If you want to be genre specific, just go listen to the music and look it up and you'll figure it out. But anyway, Terminal Nation released an album back in 2020 on 20 Bucks Food. It was our first full length and I really, really loved that album. Good stuff. The band is hilarious. And Cruelty, I am pretty new to. I know that they have other releases that have come out recently. I just never got around to listening to them and picking them up. But this split is very good. I really liked it, and so I grabbed the tape. There was vinyl. I think there is still vinyl available. 20 Bucks Food is really good about pressing a lot of variants with a lot of copies to go around. So if you're looking, and if you hear this, you listen to this, and you like what you hear, can't talk, this is available. There's also a CD, I believe, as well. So CD, vinyl, and tape. So I snagged the tape because it's cheap, and I'm trying to buy more tapes again. So yeah, this is really good. So Terminal Nation has 3 songs. Cruelty has 2. And both sides are very good. I would say in terms of favorite side, I don't think I really have one. I do really enjoy the Cruelty side because, again, I'm not too familiar with them, so I was like, oh, this shit's good. So now I'm going to go and scour the internet for more of their music, but good stuff. And I think this is called The Ruination of Imperialism. Forgot to say that. So good stuff. Check it out. 20 bucks spin. Making the massive drops. They also announced the Holder EP or mini LP or whatever the hell they're calling it. And what else did they just announce? I can't remember. Anyway, finally, the last thing that I want to show you is a box set that I got through Bandcamp, through Willowtips Bandcamp. I had my eye on this for a while. It's been out for a while. It came out on a Bandcamp Friday a while ago, several months ago. And I told myself, if it's still there in a couple months, I'll make the purchase. But for right now, I'm just not. I'm not going to do it. So, sure enough, I started listening to one of the albums one day, and I was like, you know what? I wonder if that box set's still available. So I went on Bandcamp, and it was. I just grabbed it. So the price is slightly, a little bit steep. I'm not gonna lie, but in general, I was able to. I priced it out if I were to try to get the CDs or all the vinyl versus just getting all the tapes in one go, and this was definitely ended up being way cheaper. This is a band that I've been wanting to get all of their other albums. So this is the Defeated Sanity box set that was released. It is still available on Bandcamp, and this is all it is this box. So it's similar to the Immolation Metal and Beer Festival box set that I showed off on here. Just a box with the tapes in it. No stickers, nothing. So that's pretty much where the price comes into play. It was $70 total with shipping, so that's about $10 a tape, $12 a tape plus shipping. The shipping was like $5 because it was media mail, and of course the box came a little bit damaged. That was annoying, but again, in terms of storing this in the box on my shelf, I probably will, considering it's actually just a small skinny box. So anyway, I know that they're selling these on tour for $70. That's without shipping. You're actually in person grabbing it. But again, I priced it out in terms of vinyls and CDs, and this ended up still being way cheaper, like half the cost. So it was worth it to me. So these are all of their studio albums that are currently out to date. Band out of Germany, Brutal, right? Germany? Let me make sure so I don't tell you guys the wrong things. Find my mouse here. Alright, let's see. Defeated Sanity. Where are you from? German techno death metal band with a little bit of brutal death metal in there too. Very brutal, abrasive, intricate sound. I think they're one of the underrated bands that they don't get enough praise or talked about. 100%. a band that I often get in the mood to listen to, and I'm currently in that mood. So yeah, again, just this plain box. The one good thing about this box set is that the tapes, they slide in and out perfect. Unlike the Immolation Metal and Beer Festival box set where I was talking to you about how the tapes were so snug in there, no matter which way I put it in there, and it was really, really obnoxious. I have since sold that and gotten rid of it because I hated it. So this actually is a lot better. So I got a lot of tapes to get through, so I'll quickly go through them. Here's the first one, Prelude to the Tragedy. And if you're familiar with this band, you already know what all these albums are, what they are. In terms of my favorite album is their most recent release that came out a couple years ago. I think this band has just gotten better over time, and these J cards are pretty nicely done in terms of lyrics and all of that stuff, and being able to read it in some cool images. So I will quickly show you all these. And you're probably hearing my kids in the background, so you know, work from home. They're home for the summer. Next up is Psalms of Moribund, or Palm Psalms, I'm pretty sure is how you say that. So there you go. This is on like a creamy tape, a creamy kind of vanilla style, I don't know, white tape I guess you would call it. And then the J card. There you go. And there's my dog barking now too. Second one. So this album is fantastic. These first two albums are great. I listened to quite a bit. That's the first two I've gotten through so far. I haven't listened to the rest of the tapes yet, so I probably will today. Next up is Chapters of Repugnance. This is the one that I'm probably not as familiar. These next two I'm probably not as familiar in their discography, but now that I own them, I will get more acclimated to them. So this is like a gold tape, and the tapes are really nicely done. The J cards are really nicely done. I think the way, in terms of the aesthetics, they did a really good job of picking out and making them go. So this one has an incredible J card, just so many little squares. I forgot what the official term of that is. Lyrics. So it just folds out for days and days and days. And there's a lot of like liner notes and stuff like that in here, and that they carried over and stuff like that. But again, they sound good. I've listened to the first two already, and I really enjoyed them. Next is Passages into Deformity. This album is fantastic. Another one of my favorites in their discography. Another creamy white tape. And this one also has a massive J card. Right there. And then some shiny images on the other side. This is oh, not what I was thinking. Never mind. Ignore me. I thought there was something in here that ignore me. I'm thinking of another tape. Anyway, so that's that one. There's my kids. I don't know, talking to the dog, running around. Alright, next one is Disposal of the Dead in Dharmata, I think is how you say that. There you go. So each side of the tape is this album. So Disposal of the Dead is on that side. Dharmata on that side, I think is how you say that. So it's a half and half tape. I thought that was pretty cool. I like when labels do that. I think they look slick. And this also has an insane J card. Right there. Lyrics, and then more lyrics. It's like a CVS receipt. If you're in the US, you know that. You know what I'm talking about. You know that joke. Actually, Publix has insane receipts too. So, and then finally the last one. Their newest album that came out 2 years ago, which actually is going on almost 3 now, so I'm hoping that there's a new one coming soon. This is The Sanguinary Impetus, I think is how you say this name. I don't know. This album is fantastic. And like I said, I think this is probably my favorite album so far. They just have gotten better over time. Incredible. stuff. So this is the one that I've listened to the most so far. I do own this on vinyl as well, but I wanted all their other albums, and just, again, the tapes are just so much easier to get. So if you have not heard this album, check it out. You'll, especially if you're into like techno, brutal death metal, you'll love this. So that's it. That's the box set. So again, nothing fancy, no stickers, no patches, no flags, no postcards, none of that. It's just a box with tapes. So if you think that it's worth it, pick it up. I'm pretty sure it's still available. But that's all I have. My children are just yelling, so I'm going to end this recording now so I don't have to stop and keep re-recording. But yeah, that's all I have. Thank you guys for all the support. Death Metal Tape Tuesday will probably be back again next week because I have more coming up. And I will see you in the next one.